Catholic priest hired a male prostitute while at church to do what? More after this. Hello everyone and welcome back to AFG's Point of View, where I give you my analysis on the most popular topics in the world today. In today's video, we have a Catholic priest hiring a male prostitute to do the unthinkable. Before I dive into the details of the video, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to AFG's Point of View. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. Bring more awesome, loving, and wonderful people over. Similar to yourself. I'm on normal subscribers. Thanks for coming back. I'm diving in. Father Clemente Olvera Guerrero, a Catholic priest from North Carolina, was arrested and charged with a felony solicitation of prostitution. The arrest occurred at St. Anne's Catholic Church in Clayton, where Guerrero allegedly arranged to meet a male sex worker. Now, the Diocese of Raleigh has removed Guerrero from his duties and initiated an investigation into the matter. The priest, his age is 47 years old, and just before 1 a.m. on Monday, deputies noticed a suspicious vehicle parked at the church found a 20-year-old male sex worker on the property. The sex worker told deputies that he had been contacted through an app by Olvera Guerrero, who invited him to the church. The sheriff's office said the two had been engaged in intercourse. Okay, so see, I'm scratching my head. I'm trying to wrap my head around this one. All right, let's start from the top. First and foremost, we got Olvera Guerrero, a North Carolina church out in Clayton. And, he's the head priest. He's in there. He's holding everything down. He's responsible for everything that goes on in the priest, in the parish. And, he just simply had just one job to do. I guess that job got a little daunting and a little too much for him, and he couldn't do it no more. So, unfortunately, most situations like this, what I will say is this, okay? This guy's a priest, so let's give him a little leeway as to why he would think to do something like this, or even engage in some sort of activity like this, right? I'm only giving you a little bit of rope, not a lot, just a little bit, right? So hear me out. When you're a priest, I think you give an oath, or you basically tell them you're sacrificing, poverty. You can't have your own money or whatever. You just basically going by what the diocese is. No sex. You can't have a partner. You can't do none of that stuff, right? None of the normal things that an average individual, would do, is because you're a priest and your sole job is to make sure you run this parish, so there's no finances that you have that's interfering with what's going on with the church. You don't have any extra finances. The church is paying you whatever they're paying you. You have no outside money coming in. You don't have a girlfriend on the side. You don't have anything, that's going to interfere with your day-to-day duties as a priest, right? So that's as far as I'll go, as far as the sympathy that I may have, because it is some things that you can't do and you can't have as far as a priest is concerned. But in this particular case, Pastor Guerrero, or however you would call him, Pastor Guerrero, I'm guessing, and he got the itch, he got the urge. He was just like, look, Like, I don't know. You ever heard Popeye? You like, that's all me can't stands no more? That was Pastor Guerrero.
That's all I can stands. I can't stands no more.
I need to get this work. Now, what I don't understand is someone that, a lot of these priests are around a lot of little boys, right? Little boys, young men. And that's what they surrounded by. You know what I mean? All men, because it's supposed to be like, they don't want you to get the urge. They don't want you to get the, the itch to want to have sex with a woman. You know what I'm saying? And you crossbreeding with the nuns, and it's a lot going on. So they try to, keep them separate at all costs, at all times. You come together for worship service and to do what you got to do for the, for the sake of the, parishioners, and, other than that, y'all kind of like keep y'all separate spaces or whatever. So I can't understand why he would, hire a male sex worker. I ain't co-signing it. I'm definitely not co-signing it. I understand why he did it though, because you're around males all the time, right? Now, I don't understand why you wouldn't, try to get yourself a female over there, because it's like, I don't know. I think this is me thinking outside the box. Him being around all these young guys and so forth and so on, everything that's going on, I think he got the urge. He wanted to be around somebody young, some young folks or whatever. He may have a thing for young people. I don't know what it is about. Well, I do know what it is. The youthful spirit of young people, just like older men like younger women. You know what I'm saying? 50s and 60s, they don't mind dating women in their 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? Because of the youthful spirit. You know what I'm saying? So they like that. You know what I mean? And this situation is no different than, any other situation. So that was his preference. So he just chose to pick a boy or whatever, right? They had sex, and it satisfied his pleasure, you know what I mean? His thirst or whatever. He had to get that itch scratched, and he got it scratched. But what I don't understand is, why would you go completely left? You know what I'm saying? If you're going to have sex with a woman, you know what I'm saying? A female prostitute, you know what I mean? Maybe he was always gay. Maybe he just liked men. He just wanted to be around men. He just liked men. I don't know. I just know at the fellowship hall at St. Anne's Church, it's going to be popping for the next 3 months. Everybody going to be talking about it, okay? Sister so-and-so, brother so-and-so, they're going to be all over that joint, right? You know how the talking heads get, and it's going to be there's some stuff going on. Girl, did you hear Pastor so-and-so? Girl, oh my goodness. Like, you know how that go. You know how it go. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be popping all over the joint. And, listen, he already put himself in the jam. He already lost his position as a priest. So now he's down. And on top of that, they're looking at him like, he's less than, right? Listen, bro. I mean, everybody can't do that job. I'm gonna ask you a simple question. I'm about to end the video right here, but what I'm gonna say to you is this: if you were a priest, would you be able to do the daily duties as a priest and not interfere with what's going on the outside world, or wanting to do this or wanting to do that? Because a lot of times, we can sit there and say, hey, you know what? He shouldn't have did this. He shouldn't have did that. He should have known better. You're a priest. You're a pastor. You're this, you're that. But dog, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real with you. They're human. You're a human being. We are all flawed. I don't care. Listen, no one walking this earth, whether you're a pastor, a priest, a missionary, a deacon, whatever you call yourself to be, a nun, a priest, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, in church, you got to understand that these people are human. They are not robots. They're human. It's a lot they got to go through, and it's a lot they got to deal with, okay, while they're doing these different jobs. So if they're not careful, yes, the light is going to be on them a lot brighter, because at the end of the day, that's what the devil's job is to do. You know what I'm saying? He wants to shine a light on God's people that see they made a mistake. See, they ain't following you. They following me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a battle up, from heaven and hell and all that kind of stuff. So we got to give these people some leeway because they're human. We understand what they're supposed to be doing. But at the end of the day, I'm quite sure they understand it. But they had a moment of weakness. And if we have a moment of weakness, no one knows that. The light's not shined upon us. If they have a moment of weakness, pretty much everybody and their mama know. You know what I'm saying? So let's grant them some, some sort of, leeway and some rope as to, if God can forgive them, then I can forgive you as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone what you do, but I definitely forgive you. You know what I'm saying? Because we're only human. You know what I'm saying? You're only human. So, would you be able to handle it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know how you feel about that. With that being said, the video's over. Okay? So if you like what you've heard, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button as well. They bring more people over, similar like to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Come visit me on my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube Shorts. Come give me a like, come give me a follow. Smash the like button. Yes, smash the like button. And push these videos out to as many people as we can get out there, because these are the type of videos, in my opinion, that people need to see. Different stories like this that populate, the airwaves. People can see, okay, it kind of brings a lesson toward, you and your loved ones, and let them know that people make mistakes, but you see this mistake they made. Hopefully you learn from that mistake. Now you learn from this mistake, you learn from that mistake. We all should be learning from some sort of mistake that someone made in life, so that way it allow our steps to be a lot lighter and a lot easier to deal with. You know what I'm saying? When you know that people are just human, right? They do make mistakes, but they left some, some crumbs as to what not to do, and some people leave, some crumbs as to what you should do. So, let's follow those steps and do what we can do, and just, be better people. With that being said, I love every single one of y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Get to the scene, I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting, they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and this man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Spinning and I'ma stand out. I done seen these crash out. They some baby boys, I'm the man now. They was questioning, make them fans now. I'm the best in my league and that's hands down.